In the vast, untamed wilderness of North America, countless stories unfold. Some are tales of adventure, others of survival, but some stories fade into whispers, becoming forgotten mysteries. Today, we delve into one such story, a cold case that has been dormant for nearly 3 decades, now suddenly and mysteriously reopened. This is the confounding case of the vanishing solo camper from 1995. Picture this. It's the summer of '95. The air is thick with the scent of pine. The world feels simpler. And a young, experienced outdoorsman named Alex Thompson decides to embark on a solo camping trip. He's not a novice. Alex is meticulous, a planner. He spent countless weekends hiking and camping in the rugged mountains of the Pacific Northwest. For him, this trip into the sprawling national forest is just another chance to reconnect with nature, a routine escape from the buzz of city life. He packs his gear, tells his family his planned route, a popular but challenging trail he knows well, and promises to be back in a week. He drives off in his trusted pickup truck, waving goodbye. That was the last time anyone ever saw him. When Alex failed to return on the scheduled day, his family wasn't immediately panicked. A day's delay could mean anything: a change of plans, a longer trail, a desire for one more night under the stars. But when 2, then 3 days passed with no word, a knot of dread began to form. They reported him missing. What followed was one of the largest search and rescue operations the region had ever seen. Dozens of volunteers, park rangers, and law enforcement officers combed the area. Helicopters with thermal imaging cameras scanned the dense canopy from above, while search dogs sniffed through the undergrowth below. The first clue was discovered just a few days into the search. Alex's pickup truck was found parked exactly where he said it would be, at the main trailhead. It was locked, and inside, everything appeared normal. His wallet, keys, and a half-eaten bag of trail mix were on the passenger seat. There were no signs of a struggle, nothing to suggest foul play. It was as if he had simply parked his truck, grabbed his backpack, and walked into the woods, just as planned. The search teams focused their efforts on the trail he was supposed to take. They followed it for miles, venturing into offshoots and secondary paths, calling his name until their voices were hoarse. Days turned into weeks. The search grid expanded, covering miles of unforgiving terrain. They found a few discarded energy bar wrappers that matched the brand Alex preferred, but these were common along a popular trail and couldn't be definitively linked to him. The most significant and most puzzling discovery came nearly 2 weeks into the search. Deep in a remote section of the forest, far from the main trail Alex had intended to follow, a searcher stumbled upon his campsite. It was bizarre. The tent was properly pitched, his sleeping bag neatly rolled inside. A small campfire had been built, but it looked as though it had never been lit. A pot with water was next to the fire pit, ready to be boiled. His backpack was leaning against a tree, its contents, food, clothes, a first aid kit, all accounted for. The only things missing were Alex and the journal he always carried. This discovery only deepened the mystery. The campsite wasn't one of distress. It was a scene of serene preparation, as if Alex had set everything up for the evening and then simply walked away. Why would he abandon a perfectly good campsite? And why was it located so far off his planned route? Investigators were baffled. There were no tracks leading away from the site, no signs of an animal attack, and no evidence of another person being there. The area was searched with a fine-tooth comb, but Alex Thompson had vanished into thin air. With no new leads, the search was eventually scaled down and, after months of fruitless effort, officially called off. Alex's case went cold, filed away as another tragic story of a hiker lost to the wilderness. His family was left with no answers, only a void of unending questions. For 28 years, that's where the story ended. Then, just a few months ago, something incredible happened. A hiker, exploring a rarely used, almost forgotten logging road several miles from where Alex's campsite was found, noticed something unusual. Tucked inside a hollowed-out log, wrapped in weathered oilcloth, was a small, leather-bound book. It was a journal, and the entries inside, written in a fading but still legible hand, belonged to Alex Thompson. The discovery sent shockwaves through the local community and law enforcement. After nearly 3 decades of silence, Alex was speaking from the past. The journal was immediately turned over to the original investigating department, and the cold case was officially reopened. The contents of the journal are being kept under wraps by investigators, but small, tantalizing details have been leaked to the public. The early entries are exactly what you'd expect: descriptions of the trail, observations about the weather, and reflections on the beauty of the forest. But as the days go on, the tone of the writing allegedly begins to shift. Alex writes about feeling like he's being watched. He describes strange sounds at night, not the usual rustling of animals, but something else, something he can't identify. One entry reportedly mentions finding odd symbols carved into trees, symbols he'd never seen before in any hiking guide or park manual. Was Alex suffering from paranoia brought on by isolation? Or was he truly being followed? The journal entries apparently become more frantic and disjointed towards the end. The last entry is chilling. It's short, scrawled, and difficult to read. According to an unconfirmed source close to the investigation, it says something like, "Found what I was looking for. Not what I expected. It's not a myth. I have to go now." And that's it. The journal ends. What did he find? What wasn't a myth? And where did he go? This cryptic final message has thrown open the door to a flood of new theories. The police are now re-examining every aspect of the case through a new lens. Could Alex have stumbled upon something illegal, like a hidden drug operation deep in the woods, and been silenced? This would explain the feeling of being watched and the need to hide his journal. Or was it something more personal? Did he arrange to meet someone out there, someone who wasn't on the official record? Some have even turned to local folklore, whispering about old legends of a hermit or a reclusive community living off-grid in that remote part of the forest. Did Alex seek them out and either join them or meet a grim fate? The discovery of the journal has given investigators their first real lead in 28 years. They are now using modern technology to reanalyze the evidence. The journal itself is undergoing forensic analysis to see if any DNA or fingerprints other than Alex can be lifted from its pages. They are cross-referencing the locations mentioned in his writings with satellite imagery from 1995 to look for any anomalies. Old case files are being reread, and surviving members of the original search team are being re-interviewed, their memories jogged by these new, strange details. The police are urging anyone who was hiking in that national forest during the summer of 1995, who might have seen something, no matter how insignificant, to come forward. A forgotten memory could be the key to unlocking this decades-old puzzle. For Alex Thompson's family, the reopening of the case is a double-edged sword. It's a painful reopening of old wounds, but it also brings a glimmer of hope, the hope for answers, for closure. After 28 years of not knowing, the thought that they might finally learn what happened to their son, their brother, is both terrifying and a profound relief. The mystery of the vanishing solo camper is no longer a forgotten tale. It's a live investigation, a puzzle with a crucial missing piece that has just been found. What secrets does Alex's journal truly hold? And will they finally lead us to the truth? Only time will tell. Thanks for joining us on this journey into a reopened mystery. What do you think happened to Alex Thompson? Share your theories in the comments below. If you found this case as fascinating as we did, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into unforgettable stories. Stay curious, and we'll see you in the next video.